week, brought to you live from Eric Badaw's basement, you have the slash face roll. Our happy half hour, somewhere in between those minutes. Podcast. I'm Doug Mitchell.
Eric Powers.
Eric Badaw.
And special guest this weekend from the Porchcast.
Aaron LaFond.
Now you might have noticed that
gentlemen.
nice dramatic pause that I used to
It
really
was dramatic
lure in the listeners.
or simple.
Fucking dumb.
I noticed
What?
the pause. Yes.
Yeah, it was for dramatic effect. So when they're listening, they're like, "Wait, what? I thought that this was what I was going to listen to. Wait, oh, that's a
Wait.
really long pause,
Is
almost
the website
awkward."
glitching?
Then he comes in. Yep. There's like
Did
that
it
little moment where
freeze?
you start to think, "Is this just going to be awkward?" But no, I made it not awkward
No.
at just the right second.
They thought you were struggling.
Oh, what just happened?
All that
Libby?
happened right there. You were
Oh,
struggling.
we have Libby playing too.
Oh,
we have our guest player.
You may have noticed
Chris
if you're
Libby.
watching our first video cast that we're also playing a video game, like we do each week.
And a
But-
great game to play in the first video cast.
Yeah,
Metal Gear
I think great is one adjective you could use to describe this game. Epic, awesome, pretty darn cool. You know, cool kids play this. Also good adjectives to use. Metal Gear Solid is awesome. And if you didn't know this was Metal Gear Solid, just
I'm
go
getting
try on something else.
I'm getting anxious. Just watch
Just watching him run around trying to figure out what he's got.
I feel like I have things to do.
Before we get any further, I think we should address the fact that he has 25 out of 25 bullets and they never go down. And
When
he
he wears
also
the
is wearing a tux. Oh,
Yeah,
they
I
go
had to
down.
steal a
They do go
save.
down.
I had to steal somebody's save game from online
They
because
just
I
never
was
end.
not going to do this without cheat codes. There was no way I was going to go through to bring you the best possible video pleasure I could and not use cheat codes.
What's reload?
Fire
Tap.
until it's over.
You got to tap RB or RT.
And then tap it back on.
Yeah. It's like
exactly.
reloads for you.
I do prefer the original Snake costume because it outlines his crotch very prominently.
Yeah.
And his
I mean,
buttock region.
Yeah, this is the super secret tuxedo mode.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the bulbous crotch.
Does Cyborg
just-
Ninja look like Spider-Man? Remember he gets like really red and like blue?
Wait, his crotch gets red and blue?
No, no, just Cyborg Ninja does.
Oh. Which one's Cyborg Ninja?
The guy
Is he
with the sword that jumps all around.
I had to cheat to do that one too. I used cheat codes for this whole thing.
Yeah.
It was.
It was one of the only ways to beat it.
Did
really.
anybody
Yeah.
not use cheat
Oh,
codes?
I did not
beaten it
use.
with- like,
I did
oh,
not use them.
Yeah.
All right.
When I originally played it back in the day, no, I didn't use the cheat codes. Didn't use them because I didn't know what they were. I'm sure if I knew what they were, I would have used them for sure.
Well, I had got the demo disc first, like, and then I played the game, and I had that first like 20 minutes like memorized, like I knew exactly where to go.
Because he played it like a fucking thousand
Yeah.
Hammering
times.
through it.
Yeah. So I think the first thing that we're gonna show you, which is pretty awesome, is gonna be the revolver ocelot fight. So let's go ahead and jump
Load
to
it
that.
up.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm just going to throw it out there while we're loading that I have
Nice.
Sweet.
never played
Well, you're
this original Metal Gear. I did play Sons of Liberty.
Got the
but-
bandana and the SOCOM.
Oh,
you're getting
crouching
you're
is
getting
not
heart
working.
rate.
Yeah, well, on the
This
You gotta
fight
like
is
hold the button
intense.
and then just keep shooting at him. Just keep shooting at him.
And you gotta keep running, dude.
Wait, do you have the? Yeah, you do have the bandana selected, so you're all set with ammo. Now, if you did this when you did this originally, I don't know if you guys did. When you first played, did you play it when the dual analogs or the dual shock came out? So you had the analog
Yeah,
sticks.
yeah.
Oh,
They,
yes.
they would shake all
Yeah,
the time.
and it made it so much harder to do with the analog sticks.
Oh, yeah. Because they weren't really that good when they first came
They were
out.
terrible. They were terrible. But
Was
I
this
mean,
for the original PlayStation?
Yeah, the
Oh,
original.
well, yeah, no
Like,
shit.
oh,
The
yeah.
controllers were super brutal.
It was when you had like left down, upright, the in betweens, but that was all the analog sticks. You didn't really register in between those.
yeah, it wasn't really very precise at all. You can't, and don't shoot the guy tied up, Baker. Don't shoot him.
He seems to be doing just fine with the turning on the
Yeah,
Xbox.
like he'll
though,
he'll,
yeah.
he'll get it. He'll get it.
It's
But
the old controller.
I mean, this I think the boss fights were kind of the highlight in this. They clearly spent a lot of time figuring out how they're gonna just absolutely piss you off.
Yeah, these were some really like revolutionary boss fights.
I don't know if they were revolutionary,
Well,
but I can tell you,
like
I can
the
tell you,
Psycho Man
they piss you off.
Yeah.
Like this, you've got all the all the
this-
little wires around. You can't use the middle of the map, and you can't shoot the guy that's tied
Right.
up. And it's just to piss you off.
Well, yeah, this
and,
one just sucked.
and Revolver Ocelot can freaking he can bounce the bullets off the wall like a douche.
Can you guys
Like, what is
explain to
that?
me what's happening right now? Like
right.
I said, I've never played this. I
Like
have
just
no
in
idea.
terms of the story, or in terms of like what you're trying
No,
to
like,
do.
don't
why-
even try with the story.
No, just like, why is he in this fight? And then
'Cause he's trying to save
what's
the
he
dude that's
trying
tied
to
up.
do during this fight.
There's a dude
He's trying to
tied up in
shoot the
middle.
guy that's shooting at him.
All the wires
I
are
mean, at
connected
the-
to C4, and he's gonna
I didn't even
explode.
see
Yeah.
a dude tied up in the middle.
Baker. That's why he's got health. You can't let him get shot. But we've got the bandana, so we got unlimited ammo. It makes it pretty easy. What was that, Ribes? Yeah, just no auto aim. Nope. Well, yeah, semi.
Yeah, how does he shoot
Yeah.
him when he's out of frame like that?
No, you don't know. You just keep blasting bullets, man. just like when his health goes down, that's how you know you hit him. There you go.
Oh
Ribes.
shit! Wow, you do
There
a
you
lot
go.
of damage to him with the bullets too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it gets progressively worse to play this game. The boss fights. I'm telling you, like it's one of those
because
things.
you were
like
never gonna hit him. So
yeah,
when
but
you
when
did,
you-
they were like, all right.
yeah, when
here
you
we
go
go.
back
We'll
and
chip
do it,
off a
though,
big
especially
piece.
compared to like newer games that have boss fights, these games were like this game was so unforgiving. They hated you, and they punished you if you died a lot because they changed the ending.
Oh,
Like you got different endings based on like.
you
where
were
it
doing
was.
really well there until the guy just died for some reason.
Started getting nice.
I don't even know what happened.
But another thing though is
Ocelot
the,
got jealous that you were about to kill him, and he was like, nope,
you can't bounce the bullets.
ending it.
This is a boss fight. They cheat. You don't.
Yeah, just
Well, we are cheating. Yeah, just keep. Dude, he's glitched. He's glitched. Don't stop. Oh, fucked it up. Don't worry about it though. But yeah, I mean, wasn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but for most of us, I think this is like probably the first game where you had like full motion video almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as far as cutscenes and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Like in
yeah.
terms of like cutscenes and it telling the story. 'Cause
Exactly.
Much like the
Time-wise?
newest. Like I don't know if you played the newest one. 4. You spend the entire time watching
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah. Time-wise,
It's-
yes, but I played Final Fantasy VII before this,
Our,
and that is also a
our
epic
producer is
CG.
rolling his eyes, getting pissed off just thinking about the game. Yeah, it was brutal.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you get a broken disc from GameStop and you can't get through like the first like after.
As we're about to see,
very
Ocelot's
beginning.
gonna get
Yeah.
jealous again and just
And just
kill
freeze.
Baker.
Yeah, he's about to.
But I do.
Oh, there it is. There it
Yeah.
Congratulations.
is. Don't worry,
Nice.
don't worry, Rob. This will help you.
Oh,
as we
don't
get
worry,
to
he's
the
gonna
other
kill
ones.
him right now.
One
You
of
have
the
to do it
best scenes
again.
in the movie.
Like, see, you just referred to it as a movie because it is like a movie. Like right now, you sit back and just basically watch.
Yeah, see, he's
What the
yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Like this is like as confusing as the story continues to go.
Yeah.
Like this is it. This is like all these
Metal
things keep
Gear
happening. You're like,
Solid
wait,
stories
who is this
are
guy?
just
Yeah, Ocelot just got his wrist cut off by Cyborg Ninja. He's now walking up to him.
Is that his name? Cyborg?
Yeah,
Ninja?
Yeah.
Cyborg.
He's got his
Ninja.
hand. Ocelot just picked up his
Oh
hand.
no,
and
you
ran
find out
away.
later that he's got a different name, but I don't know if I want to ruin the story. I do. Gray Fox.
Frank. His real name is Frank. I think his real name.
Frank the Gray Fox. Hankerton. His last name's Hankerton, I think. I read
Just
that
seems like
on
a
the
very,
internet.
lazy,
somewhere.
generic
I didn't do
name
that
they
at
came
all.
up with.
Yeah.
But I think after you beat, like the first time you beat it, don't they give you like, they allow you to watch like every cutscene like one right after the other, like it is like in a movie format.
I think so.
And
Well,
I would tape that. I taped that onto a VHS, and I would just like watch like Metal Gear Solid whenever I wanted to, just throw it in.
Didn't
Throw it
Sons
in
of
the
Liberty
VHS.
have, like
VHS.
Not a
couple
bad idea.
hours?
I
Yeah,
feel like an idiot for not
Yeah,
having that.
all of
it's
them
like a
have,
4-hour long like VHS.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Holy
yeah,
It's
so-
actually a 3
and they're
VHS
good, too.
set.
Yeah.
Wow. I seriously
And the
didn't even know
behind
they
and the
could-
behind the scenes to it is you playing. That's the behind the scenes.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
the cinema. Okay, you can just skip this because, dude, he just talks and talks and talks. He's gonna talk
Did you
about
see
the
the
story, and
article
you're not gonna
about-
understand.
Why are we not?
The
skipping?
creator of Metal Gear,
Hideo
like, but-
Kojima.
yeah, like highly like voting against cinema in video games, saying it was like detracting from the video games themselves, and they were all like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, I can't remember what his excuse was, but it almost made sense, and you're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I'll have to throw a link up to that.
All right, can somebody?
So,
Watch out, dude. There's
we
mines
skipped ahead to the
everywhere.
second. Yeah, we skipped ahead to the second boss. He's about to get raped by a shitload of mines right now. But basically, it's a tank versus solid snake. That's really what it comes down to.
And he's just
Wait, isn't he actually liquid
No,
snake?
he didn't lose any health.
Did you find out that he's liquid snake?
Oh,
They're of the same. They're a clone of each other. I think they're the same genetic.
Yeah, from Big
yeah,
Boss. You would
from Big
think
Boss.
you would think that if he has all the recessive genes, that would be liquid snake, and that solid snake being solid,
Right.
and not all sloppy and
There was Liquidus
Winsaki
as the story progressed.
yeah. Didn't
Or
what was
Solidus.
that? Yeah,
Yeah,
Solidus
Solidus.
is another one though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the one with the tentacles.
He's, I don't.
He was
know.
badass.
I don't remember that,
dude.
but I do remember at the end. Okay, I'm gonna have to explain what you have to do. Go, just run.
You gotta run.
Yeah, and you gotta put the bandana on. Yeah, bandana. Yeah, so you can just spam.
Maybe get a ration.
Yeah.
Ration?
Rations.
Should have gotten a ration.
Overrated. So, okay, go
Rations
left.
are not
All right, so
overrated.
basically, the tank is just sitting out where you can't see it, and then he just starts butt raping you the second
gotta throw
you
your
get anywhere
grenades
close.
into
So
the
what you have
tank.
to do is
Keep
you have
running,
to
keep running.
You have to cut back to where you started, so go to your left. Yep, there you go. And then you're gonna go up around the canyon, and there's gonna be this little hill, and you're gonna hide behind it. Keep hard left. Yeah, right there. Oh, you missed it. Hard left. Hard left. Basically, this is
I love how he
this is
taunts
again.
you right after he owns
Yeah,
you the first
Vulcan
time.
Raven is this.
So we just talked about a brutal fight where he's bouncing bullets. You
Stomping.
can't go through the middle, and then here's another one like right after you get through that, and you just he just continues to rape you. If you're watching this, it might piss you off.
How just humiliating is
Right.
their health compared to yours too? Just like here, take this. Oh,
But-
by the way, each
But here's
hit
what you're gonna
drops
do.
you
Here's what you're gonna
halfway.
do. You're gonna select your chaff grenades. So yeah, bandana, and then select your chaff grenades. Chaff G. All right, now just start spamming them while you run. Well, let one of them explode first.
All right,
There you
all
go.
right.
Now
You're
just
good.
run
You're
at
good.
him. Now just no, keep spamming and run at him. Run at the tank. Yeah, there you go.
You gotta get some real grenades in there, though.
Yeah, now then when you get in real close, you get to the switch. You got to switch grenades. So basically, it's just you versus a tank, and the only way to beat it is just throw grenades on top of it.
Yeah.
Like how douchey of a boss fight is that? And you can only hold 2 rations at this point, and I think there's only 2 rations to pick up everywhere.
You
And
have to
without the
constantly-
bandana, you only have 12 maximum.
Yeah, and like if you didn't have the bandana, you'd actually have to like, make
I've
sure
been
not
counting.
to waste grenades.
I've
He's
been
already used,
counting,
like,
but in
80
real life,
grenades.
he's done far more than 12.
All right.
Just keep going. Yep, there you go. Yep.
There you go. You got him on the. Oh,
You gotta land
gun
it-
coming out
you
the
gotta-
back of
okay.
the. Oh, get out of the
I
way
mean,
from that thing.
these boss fights were brutal.
I bet they don't take
Dude,
height
you
into
have to
account.
constantly
They'll be able to
judge-
shoot you straight down.
You have to constantly judge like the size of the tank because at any moment it can just whip around and
Yeah,
just
and it
slam
hurts
you on the.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. The fights were so brutal.
What the
But-
fuck were you supposed to do with only 12, like possibly 12 fucking?
Well, I think that's my point. Although I did love this game, like I actually remember breaking at least 1 or 2 controllers playing this game, trying to get through these boss fights.
Why?
I mean, maybe it was just
Rod's
me
been
breaking
playing for
controllers.
legit
but-
like 10 minutes.
With,
so
like,
far, and
every
he's, like,
cheat
ready to
code
kill
on.
things.
Camo.
you didn't do the quick load.
Snake just
You didn't-
exploded and fell
you
to the
didn't do-
ground.
You didn't put up the quick load. He's telling you now. There's claymores. After you hit the claymore, it's like, oh, by the way, why don't you just restart your game?
Snake is talking to someone on
Call me
codec.
Deep Throat. What the fuck? The dude's apparently the dude's name. He comes over the codec and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Watch out for the mines.
Hello.
Watch out for the claymores.
I'm Deep
I'm gonna bust out the. I'm gonna go ahead and bust out the
Isn't that a
mine detector.
Yeah, that's a reference to something.
and then
Though.
you're just like, who are you? I'm Deep Throat.
Isn't it like the
What?
Nixon tapes or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
How bad of a game plan is that for Deep Throat if this is real life, by the way? Wait until he gets hit by the first claymore to warn him about him. Oh yeah, by the way, there are more of those.
Oh,
What I'd like to know is why they didn't just give you all the codecs to all the people and you had to find them out yourself. That's really douchey. Oh, Snake, we're going to send you out into the field on the most dangerous mission in, like, human history, but we're not going to tell you how to communicate with us. We'll communicate with you. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
You're completely alone.
Yeah. All by yourself in a tuxedo.
Until
Until
a
we-
really easy part, in which case we'll contact you.
Yeah. But I think this, like, set a precedent for any stealth game now. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
Holy
like that's what was like. That's what I remember and loved about it. Is like I remember the boss fights, especially like we'll get to Raven, but you get to a point where you're just like, dude, I fucking hate these boss fights. But
Yeah.
then when you get through the boss fight and you gotta like sneak around and you want to make sure not to break everybody's neck.
And they're also
there's better
different.
endings.
They're also different from each other. Like it's a different strategy every time that you have to like figure out.
Yeah, which was I think the most frustrating part. I think that was probably the most frustrating part. Like,
But
you have to,
also
like,
one
play
of
it
the
80
best,
times.
like
Yeah.
one of the greatest parts about this game was that fact. Like everything was different.
yeah, well, I think
was-
what the best part was with the different endings, depending on certain events that happened. I think that's what made you go back and replay it, though. And then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, now I know the boss fights.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
I know
good
how to do
replayability,
this.
too.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. I wouldn't.
And being
good
well,
replayability or
not really-
had to replayability in Ryby's case? Like,
Well, no, I mean,
I'm not saying like just Ryby. Like this just looks fucking ridiculous right now.
no, but I mean replay. Like, if you want to, like, there's two different. There's like two possible endings, strictly based on a single scene in the game, whether or not you survive the torture.
Right. Yeah.
You'll either save Meryl, or you'll save Otacon.
Yeah.
And that was
Hal.
what was awesome because you had to play it at least twice,
Yeah.
and it made you go back. But then you were already good at these, so it wasn't as frustrating the next time that you did it.
Hal was
go to the next
Hal
fight.
was
Next fight.
a wet blanket, dude.
He's gonna beat it. He's determined.
Hal was just a fucking. It was a drip.
What's how?
Hal. No, remember Hal Emmerich? They're like the he's the nerd that you save in.
Yeah, Otacon.
Yeah, Otacon. Yeah, Otacon. I call him Hal. I
Wow.
know him. Yeah.
Wow. You really know this game.
Know him personally. Me and Hal have put a lot of hours in together.
Figuring out how to create stealth camo in real life. The serpentine pattern actually quite effective. Now, if you want to know how to not die, I can tell you.
Hold on, I got a core. I got like.
Can you
Yeah.
ration right now?
Yeah, you can bust out your rations.
You know what's funny
Bust
is
out
in,
the
like
rations.
games nowadays, you can
Right
just
or left
run
trigger?
Left
into
trigger.
tanks and not get hit by them, but this one actually like
Left
ran
trigger.
you over.
Yeah, hold on, let me-
Left trigger. All right, now switch over to him, and then I think you just hit the Oh, I don't know what that is. You just want to use it.
Use a left trigger or something.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, full
Oh,
health.
that's right. If you
Yeah.
have them equipped, then it auto keeps you alive. That's a
Yeah.
cool little feature.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of forget about it, I think, especially if you have like the bandana where you have unlimited ammo.
And you
don't
just
even
assume
think,
you
you're
have
just
it
like-
on too.
It's just like, you know what? I've got unlimited FAMAS bullets. I'll just go ahead and start raping everybody. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I just died. All right.
Chef. Oh no. Right
Yeah.
there.
What you want to do is you gotta hold. The longer you hold the button, the farther you throw it. So if you're on like far on the far end of the tank, then you gotta hold it to throw it in. These boss fights, man, they hate you.
Wait, is he actually trying
They
to throw
built
it
these
into
to
the
make
tank?
you hate the game.
Do you guys know? Is he trying to throw it into the tank or
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
around the tank?
yeah, into the tank.
Yeah, into where the
Into
guy
it.
pops out.
What about that game over
Oh.
screen?
I didn't even
Wait,
see
That
that.
was just
to pop out
What?
and then toss my fucking
Snake?
grenade in there.
Yeah, explain to Ryby how this works.
Something awful is happening
yeah.
to Meryl.
Yeah.
Just hands and claws and.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I think it's. It's.
So
But you had heard the game over screen before we started, and you just made an excellent point. Like, oh man, I have like every nightmare ended with that music.
Yeah, it really
Like,
did.
it's
It was a
because-
sweeper to my
Yeah,
dreams.
and you heard it way too much, and it almost like it makes you angry
Yeah.
to this day that you still recognize what it is, because you're like, wow, I definitely died a lot in that game. Like nowadays, you can beat a game without ever dying, and then they can be like, oh, remember that?
Oh, it's
that-
much too
that-
easy now.
Yeah, that music when you died.
Way
now
too
I never
forgiving
died.
nowadays.
Oh, all right.
All right, so wait, is he actually trying to throw it in the
Yeah,
fucking
there's
top of
so
the
there's a guy on top of the
Yeah,
tank
saw
that's
him
like
now.
manning the gun, and he's trying to get it up
Ration
there.
yourself, Ryby.
Yeah. Remember, the longer you hold it, you'll actually throw it up there.
So who played Sons of Liberty?
Yeah, I played a decent
I
amount
played
of
it with
that, but
Primo.
it was
Did you
also
Get to the
a
part
round.
where
We've all played
you
it.
get into
Yeah.
the game over screen, like you're just playing and it just hops into the game over screen. And at the time, I'm like, what the hell? I hadn't got hit yet. And then, oh no, you have to play up in the little mini screen now. And
Yeah,
it
it's
was
like a trick. Yeah.
It started to like
Yeah.
really mess with you.
Dude, I love anytime like a game points out that it's just really a game. Like
Yeah.
like a Mel Brooks will do it in some of his
Yeah.
movies. He'll just say, "Yeah, you're watching a movie," you know. Like this game will do that in some points, or just acknowledges itself.
Like
when
on Spaceballs when they go to watch and like, wait, we can just watch ahead.
Yeah.
Fast forward.
Watching right now.
like there are
recording
times. I think it's right at the beginning. It's like hold the controller against your shoulder, and then
Oh,
she gives
yeah.
you like a massage.
Yeah,
yeah, something like that.
There's another one where it's like, you gotta contact Meryl, and then you're just like, you may remember that her codec is on the back of the game case.
Wait.
Yeah,
Ryby,
yeah.
you don't have the fucking bandana on right now.
Yeah, you had to
you
go
almost have
outside the
nades.
game into like the real world to figure out how to how to progress.
Yeah.
Ryby, get the bandana.
Robbie, you're not, it's not gonna happen.
Well,
That
you,
name
you,
is almost
you have
on there.
fucking happen.
you have to be at full.
I like you.
God damn!
Wow, that was a real
Just
slap.
boy.
double owned by the
I
tank.
love the
Oh, boy.
and then
determination.
shot down.
I love the determination, but I think it's
Next.
over. Yeah,
Yeah,
next.
Yeah,
we're
next
just
boss
gonna
fight.
move on.
Maybe when you actually get through one of the, oh god, this
What
one.
one we hit go with now?
This one
Oh,
is
no.
defined
There's
by having
dead
a
people in the
bandana.
hallways.
Always a good sign.
This part freaked me out every single time.
Yeah, this.
Look at that dude twitching and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's ridiculous.
There's blood smeared on the
If
hallway
you're not watching
walls.
this, if you're not watching the video cast,
metal
I feel
walls.
bad for you. Like, and the best part is like this game really set the mood too, because right before this, you just like walk in and all of a sudden, like you're just like running around doing your normal missions. You walk into the door and there's just dead people.
No,
And you're
you
like,
want
"Oh,
to go
shit."
back the other
you
way.
take a few steps,
Other
and
way.
then some guy like starts walking
Right.
through, and then just collapses and starts bleeding.
I don't even think there's music in this part because normally
No,
it's
it's
just
dead
sound
silence.
and it's
Yeah,
just
Dead
it's just
nothing.
quiet.
Silence. Yeah, it's
There's
awesome.
nothing.
This boss fight is grueling. Get your chaff grenade. Just equip the bandana and chaff grenades and just spam chaff grenades and kick the dude.
Just chaff it, man.
Yeah.
Is this Hal?
Oh, here's
Yeah, this is
Otto.
Hal. Hal just
Otto.
pissed himself.
My boy Hal, man, just pissed himself.
Does he actually say that?
Yeah, and he's in the rest of the game with pissy drawers.
Oh
Because
shit,
he
dude.
doesn't even change his pants.
This is pretty.
Doesn't
too
have
busy.
time. He's
Too busy
getting
saving.
chased by this dude right
yeah.
here.
Too busy helping Solid
Dude,
Snake, really.
this game honestly doesn't conform to anything else that I remember from this time period.
Yeah,
Well, that's
not
what's
at
so
all.
great. It set a standard, especially for stealth games. Like any game that involves stealth, you always are like, yeah, you kind of always use line of sight, but this game gave you that line of sight.
This game sets a standard for ridiculousness. Like, just in everything. Like, I mean, it starts off with the Psycho Mantis fight. Having to change ports on the controller to beat
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
And then it just keeps going to all the things like messing with you as the player, like addressing you as you need to stop playing this game now. You need to put this controller down and turn off the the console. It's just so ridiculous
mean,
each time.
Even little things that like had never been seen in the game, like right when you start out and you scuba into the base, which is completely unprotected from the outside, which we talked about earlier. Pretty ridiculous that for some reason, out of all this like nuclear bomb that they're basically making that can end the world, they decide not to protect the outside of the facility to stop people from getting in.
put a nice
but
little
aside from
tunnel
that,
through the water.
when
Scuba
you're
gear
finally
is
in,
sexy.
yeah, and bulbous in the crotch.
Yes.
Now,
Agreed.
right off the bat, one of the first things that happens is you run up and there's a guy walking up a hall and you're like, oh shit, and you hide behind the wall and you wait, and then you try to cut right across where the little corridor that he's walking in, and you step on the water and you alert him. Like right off the bat, they teach you the mechanics by throwing you right in there, and they're like, boom, here's a mechanic, and it's something that you have to be watchful for the whole time.
Opposed to nowadays where it's like, ooh, there's water there. Watch out. If you step in it, you'll alert that guard over there.
Yeah, basically you just have the chaff grenades and you throw one, you run over, 3-hit combo him when the chaff goes up, throw a chaff grenade, throw a chaff grenade, throw a chaff grenade, throw a chaff grenade, throw a chaff grenade.
Yeah, but what's the
Throw it. Just
beat
throw
'em
it.
up
This is like
mode?
driver's ed.
Yeah.
It's like throw a chaff grenade,
Yeah.
hit the brake, hit the brake, hit the brake. It's like
You're
I
getting
feel
cut
you
the
should
fuck
have
up.
you
You're
should have a
getting sliced
backup.
up, motherfucker.
You should have a backup controller, just like so. If he doesn't do it, you just be like, "Fuck it, I'm hitting the button."
Yeah,
All right, put the
But-
brakes on this shit.
but
We're about to roll into the ravine.
Oh, let me get out my lotion. Let me get out my lotion to rub on my hands because I'm nervous.
Oh my god, dude! Fucking Kennison was like, all right. Obviously, we know about the lotion, but he fucking wouldn't tell you what direction you were turning until you were like,
At the time.
yeah, you're like stopped like in the middle lane in the intersection. He's like, you're gonna take a left here. It's like, all right, you cut off like 4 people on your fucking left. Like, all
He's
right,
like,
dude.
don't cut people off.
He's
It's
like,
rude. It's
oh, you're
an
driving
asshole.
like shit. It's like, you're an idiot. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be telling me where to go.
Yeah, I mean, this game just sets so many precedents for everything.
Yeah.
But like I said, the boss fights fucking suck ass, dude.
I'm honestly jealous that I didn't have it. I mean, I never had a PlayStation. That's why I didn't play it.
You could get Playboys in the game too, couldn't you?
No, that was the second.
That was
one.
the second
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Now you run up and
Wait,
now
wait.
you run
Dude,
up and do a punch.
you could get
combo on him. Now just punch the
magazines
shit
in
out
this
of
one
him.
though.
So wait,
Punch
what?
him. Try a different button.
Circles,
B.
The red one. It's gotta be the red one.
B. RB. L. Right
He's
trigger.
just-
Right trigger.
He's just cranking it right now. Just fucking RB.
Well, actually, no. It should be. We have the chaff grenade. I don't. Wow. Somebody take that from him and do it. Figure out what it is. Our producers.
I'm hitting every single. All right, X is throw.
Yeah. What's Y?
Don't
Oh,
lay next to
boy.
us.
Y is first person. A.
A is
Punch.
Oh, there we go.
I tried every button but A button.
One of the main 4 buttons.
Yeah.
Now you got
Possibly the most main of all
honestly
the buttons.
without dying. Like
Now
this-
run,
No, now you gotta
run,
run
run away.
away. Just keep running, and then when the chaff goes away, you throw another one.
Oh, so there's a very
Or, yeah,
basic pattern
preemptive
we're
it.
playing with here.
Yeah, hit it.
All right, so
Punch him again.
There's the
This,
PlayStation
but-
on the
but
counter
What
there.
you're watching now, like, whoa, really?
How balls
Yeah.
is this boss
Nice.
fight?
That's
Hit him
awesome.
twice, and that's it. He's only that
Yeah.
far down.
Yeah, I mean, it took forever. Like, this is just like a grinded out fight.
What if you only had 9?
Well,
If you had 9.
isn't this one of the games where like if you had to have something and you didn't have it, that it like spawned more of?
Yeah, there are chaff grenade boxes like all over.
Yeah,
the
and then
place.
when you like pick one up and then you
I
run
don't think
out
they
in the
respawn.
zone.
No,
The thing
I
is,
don't think they do.
In
Do
the
they
lower
really?
in the lower difficulties they
No
would.
way.
But
No,
in
but,
like
yeah.
the high difficulties, you didn't even.
I don't-
They were barely them around.
I don't know, because the from what I remember though, it's like you couldn't just run up and attack this guy, because if you tried to punch him, he would just block, and then if you tried to shoot him, he just deflect him with his sword, because he's a fucking crazy ass ninja.
There was probably some ridiculous thing
Yeah.
you had to do on the
Yeah.
higher difficulty, like start to smoke the cigarette and then toss it on one of those papers on the desk and light a fire. And he'd be like,
Yeah.
"What?" And then you jump from behind.
I want to talk about that for a minute. The smoking
cigarettes.
was
Yeah.
possibly the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
and
was.
they could get. I don't know how they got away with it because I remember
it's
Resident
Japan,
Evil
baby.
director's
It's-
cut.
it's
It got
Japan.
edited. Got like a mature rating or something because Chris Redfield in the full motion video smokes at one point.
Well, they never do it in the
But this
video.
one-
Maybe that's why.
But no, he
Maybe because as a
smokes, but
child you
because-
have to make a conscious
Well, because you
decision to
lose
smoke a
life,
cigarette.
that somehow like they're allowed to do that.
It's
But
because they make it seem bad.
Oh yeah, because it's evil.
Oh, that
It
that's
takes
It's
place.
hurting you.
disgusting.
That's kind of sad.
Everybody knows.
But
it's
yeah,
not
but
this.
you
Let
could,
kids make a conscious decision to smoke in a video.
there
game.
was the only positive like thing from the smoking was you could see the lasers in front of you. What else was there?
No,
Well,
it's just
it
bad.
calmed you
When-
down
in
for.
Plus,
the-
it's badass.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, it's totally
it's
badass.
badass.
That's why it was
Yeah.
great. It's like he's Snake and he's bringing smokes. Okay, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Well, no,
Because
did it do it in
obviously
this
it's just
game
Kurt
where-
Russell from Escape
Yeah.
from New York, but with a shave?
Did it do in this one where if you were sniping, if you smoked, it would
Yeah.
calm you down and it would make
Yep.
it like not sway
Yeah,
nearly
when you
as
did
much?
when you did the you
Just
got that
chill
paraffin.
out.
Was it called paraffin?
Diaspam.
Diaspam. You got that, and that would like slow it down so you could just shoot. Now in this one, when you use the cheats, you just spam your bullets at like a million miles a minute, and it's really easy. But when you actually had to do it, when you ran out of that stuff, if you didn't complete it in time and get the shots off well, then yeah, you had to start. You switched the cigarette, you smoked it, got down,
You
dropped,
gotta find him.
sniped in or aimed in, and then had to shoot him.
This game had everything. It had violence. It had.
It didn't have
Pills.
drinking.
It got
It
sexy.
didn't have drinking.
It got sexy if you like actually looked. Well, number one, it was like the Meryl trick where you can see
Meryl
her
in the
like working out in her
bathroom.
underwear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Meryl in the
That's
bathroom.
right.
Yeah.
perfect
right.
for like 10-year-old dudes.
Oh,
Then there, was,
Yeah.
there were like random anime ghosts or something like that you could find.
Ah.
Yeah, it was really weird.
And was it Sons of Liberty that you could find like anime photos or something?
The
in- in
posters, they were like
lockers?
pin-
pinup
Yeah,
posters.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was funny.
A lot of that was all like when they were like, "Oh man, we actually can do a lot more with this game." But I mean, they did so much. They crammed everything you could cram into 2 discs.
Wait,
Everything.
the original was 2 discs?
Yeah.
This was?
Yeah, this is 2
Yeah.
discs.
All right, and then also why he sort of has this figured out was Sons of Liberty the sequel to this one.
Yeah.
So
They're
that
all-
was
they're all
actually the
sequels.
second game.
No, I never played
Well, not-
Snake Eater,
well,
but that was
yeah.
a prequel, right?
No, Snake Eater was
Snake Eater
after
Well,
was
no,
a
no, no.
prequel.
I don't give a shit about
Snake
the
Eater was
timeline.
prequel, right?
Yeah.
I meant like
oh.
Well, obviously there was
You
an
meant
old
chronological release
Well,
order.
yeah, like release dates. Like
Yeah.
this one was on the regular PlayStation, and then PlayStation 2 was Sons of Liberty.
And
That
then
was,
Snake
Snake
Eater.
Eater was on
On two.
PlayStation through
Two.
Oh, okay.
PlayStation
Right,
2.
Yeah, and then the newest one, which is basically
And again,
just
I mean,
a CG movie.
Everyone
on
here
a-
has played Snake Eater, or not Snake Eater, Sons of Liberty. It seems the jump.
that's what I was just gonna say. The fucking
Right.
changing
the
graphics.
roll. Yeah.
I mean, they added a lot, but this.
Well,
this
even
is
just like the graphics change.
Honestly, like the graphics on this are almost as good as Grand Theft Auto Liberty City.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a little bit blockier, and yeah, they're in
Yeah.
smaller environments, but like the graphics are like literally that good. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is surprising.
And the camera work like makes up for
Yeah,
it.
this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
this is a pretty amazing game
And the
for
story.
time.
But
Yeah.
again, and then
The
like
story carries a lot
And then like
of
there's
weight.
like all those little things where you have to like look out for, like when you're walking over glass or with broken glass in the game, or when you're walking over a puddle, or when you're walking on a graded floor. The guys would hear the sound, and you had to be careful about that stuff. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The little things like that.
Yeah, there was another thing that I was thinking of, but my brain doesn't work too good these days. You know, all those things that I do. What was I thinking? Someone had to know what I'm thinking of, like right at this moment.
Absolutely nothing.
No ESPN going on?
Nah.
All right.
Nada.
Well, I think it was before another boss fight. Oh, I think it's right after Psycho Manus. No, Psycho Manus goes somewhere. I think it's maybe before Psycho Manus. You have to get the gas mask.
Yeah.
Remember that part where you're in the gas, you're in the room with all the gas,
Yeah.
and you have to use the Nikita missiles to like send out and destroy things.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
God.
The maze of file
I feel like-
cabinets.
I feel like what was so great is like in between each boss was like its own little mini game, because very few times throughout the game were like things repeated over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like they introduced little things, and you had to always be careful about certain things on the floor, or whether or not you were gonna snap the dude's neck and stuff like that. But you know, every time you went to a new area, they introduced something new and kind of cool. Like there's one part where you get to the furnace and you have to shimmy across a wall. And you hadn't
Yeah.
done that before. And like
Yeah,
every single
it
time
was
they add
always
something new, they
adding
slowly
something, keeping you on your
introduce it.
toes constantly throughout the game.
Yeah, rather than just like throw you in like, okay, you have, you know, this tutorial that you're just gonna run through. It's like, no, like here's the game. And
We're
here's all
gonna
the
throw
little
this
bits.
at you repeatedly in different orders.
And then make you play it again because you're gonna hate that you did so poorly the first
Yeah.
time.
Every boss fight has been completely different too. Like
Yeah.
they haven't even.
This
been
one's
even
just
s-
brutally long.
Well, I
That's
think you
really
wait
like,
No,
until
no, no,
after
no, I don't
the
mean like
chaff
that.
is gone to get
all
it
right,
up.
you want to know what's the next fight? Do you want to know what the next boss is though? You
Should we
want to
just-
know.
Should we just move
You
to it?
want to know.
We do
you want to know.
Wait.
Do
What
it.
happens at the end of this if Ryby had taken the time to?
You make friends with Hal. You and Hal become best buds.
Oh,
Who gives a
Hal.
Fuck.
Hal.
Hal's a bummer, dude.
So this was, I think, one of the first moments as you're going through where shit starts to get real, like really real, and you can actually, the ending can possibly change. Hard right. This is where you basically are gonna get, bum rushed, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna go strip you down to your naked, sexy self, and we're gonna do things to you.
It's hard to miss when you're
They
That's
do
what's happening
things.
right now.
Yeah, they do some
That
serious.
is-
There
And,
chick-
They do some
uh,
serious
yeah, right there.
S&M shit.
Ketchup
yeah.
bottles are involved.
Yeah.
And handkerchiefs.
Yeah.
And it's a whole
Yeah, and hiding under beds.
process.
Yeah.
Like hiding.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I also
It's a whole
love how,
crying in the
Oh,
corner
Sniper Wolf is
experience.
so hot, dude.
So in the scene, you're like running around, you've got a pistol, right? And they tell you to hand over the pistol. What about the FAMAS?
Look at Sniper
Look how
Wolf's ass,
sexually
dude.
she's
Look at her
still-
ass.
Look how much
Look at her
work
ass.
It's
I
so-
don't know if I'm even a fan of
Cleavage,
it, to be
cleavage.
honest.
I would just like to know how many years of work it must have taken her to get an ass like that.
Cleavage
That
shots.
ass and her cleavage had
coming
like its
up.
own
Yeah.
tiny
I
spot
mean,
on
if it
the
wasn't for
disc
the fact
back
that like
in the
her
day.
tits were like
That's a
basically, like,
crazy deep
three-
V right there.
Yeah.
Crazy deep. Like nobody pulls that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deepest V.
I wear this right down to my
Even better,
belt.
she's like a covert secret agent, so she's doing
Yeah,
action
and
all the
does-
time.
yeah, and it's
never
like-
falls out.
I don't know if you noticed, but when
No
you're running
big
around
deal.
in this part, you can see her breath, and she has no problem exposing her breasts. No problem. Like, well, throughout this part, you're basically like, there's snow on the ground. It's freezing fucking cold. And she's just like, oh man, I just got these nice tats I gotta show off.
Well, if you look at all the other Metal Gear games, like I don't think there's a single female except for Meryl, who doesn't have like a V straight down to the belly button.
Really?
Like think about Sons of Liberty.
The chick I was talking
chick
about
with the electro
that you can't
Yeah,
shoot
Fortune.
Yeah, she's got that
think-
down to the belly button.
I'm
at. That's
pretty
like
sure-
her belt.
I'm pretty sure that's like an animated female standard.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, is it animated or just
Some
like
weird
a
thing they
Yeah,
do
if
over
they
there.
don't
Like,
have, if
think
they
of,
don't
like,
have a super
Asian
deep
female
V
standard.
shirt, then they're wearing the tightest spandex ever.
Chung-Li from Street Fighter.
No, she had a nice tight up collar.
But didn't it
All
cut- Oh no.
Did it only come down
Nope.
to just below her breast where there's almost underboob?
Dude, fucking, what's that game where there's just crazy
It's the
breast
other chick in Street
mechanics in it?
Oh,
it's a
DOA.
fighting game. DOA. Dude, they made a DOA volleyball
DOA
game.
volleyball.
It's amazing.
Oh my
And-
god.
What a brutal nerd jerk off fest.
Awesome.
What the fuck else?
Dude,
Dude, you're literally like working like, I'm gonna play volleyball and make friends with this person and then get him a gift.
How
what the
genius
fuck
are the
are you
DOA
playing
people
right
though?
now? Like,
They're like,
Yeah,
hey, we can just put this out in a volleyball game, put like the most basic mechanics in it, no work at all. It'll sell millions.
just make the boobs jiggle 10 times regular and we're gonna win on this one.
Literally only scratches the surface of weirdness in Japanese video games. Like seriously, they don't
wasn't
even
going
market
for
the ones here where you
Oh,
have
yeah.
virtual wives that you're allowed to be.
Yeah, there's like octopuses fucking wrapped around them and shit.
Yeah, and if you don't start up the game on her birthday, she gets mad at you. Like, that's Japan.
That's too much.
Wait in the
and they made
tub.
this game, but this game's actually really good. This game doesn't involve having to log on certain days to make your wife happy. They just let you run around and snap necks and shoot people and get tortured while you're naked.
Then we'll be
Naked torture.
Yeah, this is much more normal.
Yeah,
As we've been talking here, if you're watching the
Bringing it back to
video
normalcy.
cast of this,
They're
you've been
going through this whole
seeing
thing.
some of the
Skip this
cinematic
cinema.
stuff going on. You
Yeah,
may have been reading some of the
at
captions.
this point is just looking at 5 shaking lights. Like that's it. Just let's go.
But it's
Basically,
still,
they're gonna try
it's
to
still keeping you like it's still keeping you watching just with the captions alone and the voiceover.
Well, that's because you know.
I didn't catch any of that. I honestly forgot that you guys were playing a game. It was
Yeah,
so,
it was so
so
boring.
stagnant.
Well, yeah, that's Metal Gear for you with just like
Just
tons
fucking
of
sitting there.
cinematics.
Yeah.
Metal Gear has like
Oh, liquid, you piece
equal
of
cinematics to
shit.
gameplay.
Oh, wait, tell me what the
Oh,
fuck's
God.
going on right now. Are they awesome?
Snake is getting tortured.
Okay, so that's the dude who got his hands chopped off.
The chick with
obviously.
the nice
Oh.
breasties is just there to watch the snake and his
That's
hot
Snake's
bod.
brother.
So alright, so that's his brother. The dude who got his hands chopped off is now working for Snake's brother, though.
He's always been working for him,
Yeah.
but he's in it for himself.
Whoa! I thought you were just trying to save that dude who got his hands chopped off.
No, that
Who
was
was trying
Baker.
to-
He was the one tied up.
Holy
It'll all
cow.
make-
Powers.
it'll all make
Powers, try to keep up.
Wait, so two people.
Try.
Wait, so
We're
two.
moving. We're moving.
Alright, so two people got their hands chopped
No,
off.
one person got their hand.
No.
So here's how the story goes. You start the game and you're like, where am I? What am I doing here? And then all of a sudden there's a dude getting his hand chopped off. Then from there, all
That's
of a
this
sudden,
dude? That's this
you
dude?
run around and you find, and yeah.
Okay, this
Well, you missed some of the parts where like you went down and the DARPA chief and then he dies and
Revolver
then Meryl,
Ocelot.
and then you find Revolver
See how he has
Ocelot.
no
But
hand.
Basically what's going to happen right here at this point in the game is you're going to possibly pull muscles in your arm spamming a single button as fast as you can. Now,
You have to turn your twitch reflex.
yeah.
Gamers will know what that is.
If you've ever played this game, you know how to mash buttons insanely fast, like possibly too fast. All right, so now at this point in the game, you have two options. You can just let the life go down. Or you can, you're not hitting the right button.
Right, wrong button.
we go.
Yeah,
Oh my
there we
God.
We're
go.
building it up. We're building it up.
Oh no! Get it up there. Get it up.
Sounds
while
like,
we're Dura
sounds like
fucked
we're
to
like, dude, we're watching a porno. Get it up! Get it up! Get it up!
Oh yeah, that's real good. Halfway,
Oh man!
halfway.
Oh
Go,
man!
go, go, go.
Oh, she is burning you. He's
Getting all
burning you
nervous.
so bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's shocking the shit
Wait,
out
wait,
of
is
you.
it getting more intense as we go
Go,
here?
go,
Yeah.
go.
It
Are
seems
you
like
hitting the right button?
he's building
Yeah,
it up.
he
We
is.
lost a lot of ground
Circle
on
is
that
punch.
first
You should
one.
be hitting A. You should be mashing A.
I tried that. That's what we.
Yeah, that
We
was
tried.
the
That's why we
problem.
lost so much at the beginning.
Snake is shirtless and he is hooked up to a vast machine.
I'm sure
You
all
are
you
not
female
doing
listeners
that.
have noticed that. All possibly one
Now-
of you.
Now, so our producer just failed at staying up. and
Meryl is
up
now
for the
dead.
Torture, and Meryl just died.
No, it's only if you submit. Like,
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh
Yeah, now you just get game
Alright,
over.
wait,
Yeah,
wait.
you just got
Who's
electrocuted.
Meryl?
You didn't.
How did Meryl
okay.
just die?
So you start the game, you run around, and you jump in to rescue
Is
the
that
Dark
necessary?
Petite. Hold
Just
on.
in this situation, why did him dying hinge on Meryl? Okay.
So, basically, you drop down, you're like, oh, hey, Darpatif, I'm here to save you. And then he's like, oh my god, I died of a heart attack. And then all of a sudden you come out, and there's somebody that's a guard. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait, it's not a guard, it's a chick with a nice booty. And then that gets highlighted later in the game. You'll find that out later. And then you start running around, you shoot people, and then you run around. And then all of a sudden there's a revolver ocelot with some guy tied up. And then you're like, oh, shit, man. And then you run around, and then you start triggering stuff, and stuff starts blowing up. Then he gets his hand chopped off. Oh, shit, he just got his hand chopped off. Then all of a sudden you're at a tank, and then the tank is just like, boom, boom, boom. You blow it up, and then you start running around a little bit more. Then all of a sudden you get to, I think Psycho Manus was right around here somewhere. And then all of a sudden you're at this part, and they find you after you just got done. Like, basically you get
Right
there,
here.
you're fighting Sniper Wolf. Then you like run back to go to a sniper rifle, but when you come back, she's gone, something like that.
Okay. So,
And then you're here. Now Meryl is basically the chick that at the end of the game you're gonna bone.
Okay. So.
So if you
On
want
a
to bone,
snowmobile.
yeah, while like taking off into the sunset wearing
In
like,
Alaska.
almost
To
nothing.
To answer
Yeah.
your original
Yeah.
question, pal, you don't know right now.
Yeah, Meryl is the
So
the
don't
one you're
fucking
trying to
say
bone.
it.
It's just a if you do it one way here, you
Look,
get
do you-
one ending. If you do
Okay,
it another way, you get
Don't
another
jump
one.
forward in the game so that you have to
You have two
re-explain
options.
the
You have two
entire game
options.
up until where you would
Two
be.
options. Two options for the end of the game. You can either bone Otacon, who probably isn't that good in the sack,
And he would
or
definitely.
Meryl.
He would bone you though. Like
You
he's
think-
not
you
a
think
very.
Hal, you think Hal would just like be absolutely a freak?
There you go,
I absolutely
producer.
know he would. He's a
Yeah, I
fruit.
guess that's
Full
true.
health.
I guess that's true. And he's got that stealth camo shit. I bet that's kinky.
He's very
It's like,
impressionable.
oh, where's your wiener? Because you're stealth. I don't know where it is.
Didn't you get
And
a
all of a sudden
bonus?
it's like, oh man.
Did you get a bonus if you could make it through torture too?
I don't know.
Didn't you get like the invisibility cloak, or am I thinking of that something else you got that from?
I don't know.
It's up.
Where'd you get the invisibility from?
Bill, you need to move your hand faster,
I
my
know,
man.
I'm working on it.
I remember we used to have the
Can I mash some B button for
turbo,
a bit
the
on
automatic
the next
turbo
one?
button.
Just
and
hold
you
that
just
and just
hit that, and it would just. Was that what it was called?
No,
automatic.
But they could detect if you're
reload.
using turbo. They could detect turbo.
No,
and then they
not all of them. There were a few that would work.
Shit. Can I mash B? Is that all you're doing?
Is it B?
Yeah, it's B. Go, 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 go.
No, you're doing it wrong. You're failing. There you go.
Powers,
You got it, you got
Powers,
it.
you're
Powers-
done for.
Powers never played the
Powers,
game, and he's
you're
actually
Pow.
doing a good job.
Pressing B.
Mash it faster.
I
faster,
wouldn't
faster,
trust
harder,
Powers
harder,
with
faster,
Snake's life.
harder, faster, harder,
Oh, he
faster,
used- oh.
harder.
Oh! I'm
What
sorry.
did I
I'm sorry.
tell you?
So close.
I wasted all my good mashing before it started because you guys were like mash it, and
So-
then my arms got
Yeah,
tired.
I mean, that's
The end.
But depending on whether or not you submit, and submitting just takes a lot less time. You basically get to decide whether you're going to save Meryl.
You've got a good.
Choose your own
Fucking
ending,
kill that
sort of
bitch
thing.
and let's move.
You guys have got a good idea of the boss fights though throughout this podcast.
Wait, so this is
They're-
a boss fight right here?
That was a
Well,
boss.
sort
fight.
of, sort of. The boss fight of mashing. The
That was like a
button.
mini boss
The
kind of
button
thing.
boss. He's a button boss. The button boss.
All right, do we want
go
to
up
move
to?
up to?
Don't do. Okay, you could probably do the second supply route there because that is the fight with Liquid Snake at the end. So you can just jump all the way to the end. Just bang.
Okay, and like you said, Liquid
File.
Snake
Then
is
you gotta insert disc too.
fucking
Liquid Snake's his brother.
Yeah.
and
He's not really his brother.
Okay,
They just share
and-
the exact same DNA,
So-
minus recessive versus dominant genes.
the regular Snake is just called Snake.
Well, he's Solid Snake.
Solid.
Okay, so he's Solid Snake.
That's why he's the sexy one.
Yeah, it's a solid one.
You don't want a floppy.
He's,
Yeah,
all,
that's-
he's a hard body, dude.
you don't want a floppy snake. Nobody likes a floppy snake.
I mean, yeah, he just had like a 12-pack when he had no shirt on in that fucking rape.
Yeah, and those were
scene.
and the graphics weren't even doing it justice.
Liquid
'cause
looks
he
pretty
was
good,
80
too.
pounds.
Yeah, I mean, not looking too shabby right there.
God
His
damn,
His
Liquid.
abs had abs. Now I actually
His
won when
fucking
I did the
biceps
torture.
had abs.
Now I actually survived the torture, so I was actually there to be able to save Meryl. So you're welcome.
I died.
Yeah, because basically,
They're battling atop Metal Gear Rex,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is pretty badass. in
which is
itself.
basically
yeah.
a massive nuclear weapon that can
Yeah.
destroy the world.
Right.
Which is why earlier on I mentioned that they probably should have defenses outside the base to prevent people from getting
Again,
in.
one of
So-
the rare games that puts the same amount of work into the male asses as it does into the female asses.
Yeah, crush a beer
Um,
can, that.
Yeah.
was so this thing that they're fighting on top of right now, this super weapon.
This is the Metal Gear.
This is what the game is named after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This weapon of mass
In this one, yeah.
destruction.
That's Metal Gear Rex, yeah. Dude, you can actually play as Metal Gear Rex in the newest Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
Basically.
Who are you
So,
fighting right now? So,
You're fighting
Liquid
your
Snake?
brother, yeah, Liquid Snake.
All right.
Basically, he drives this thing. You have to basically. It's like not even really fair because I mean you had a what's this thing? It's not a Stinger. Was it a Stinger?
Stinger missile, yeah.
You had the Stinger, and then you have to take down basically what is essentially just a massive just the biggest weapon in human history.
Are you talking about this one?
You
This
just
Metal
took this
Gear?
thing down.
It's a
and then he
dinosaur-like
wants to fight you.
machine.
Yeah.
Right. It's like then he's gonna fight you. I feel like he goes into the stereotype of all those crappy movies where it's just like 8 dudes gang up on the guy. It's like really give him a chance because he's a boss. You know what I mean? Like this guy's a boss.
8 dudes gang up on you in the movies. What about in Sons of Liberty when the 8 Metal Gears gang up on you?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And you just have played that on the hardest one and you don't have rations popping around you and you're like, oh, awesome. But you're Raiden, so you can just
Oh, punch that bitch
cartwheel
off there.
all
All
over
right,
the place.
who do you think would play Snake in the live-action Metal Gear movie?
All right. Yeah,
Kurt Russell.
like
You think
they said,
Kurt?
Nate
I'm
Russell.
either a Hugh Jackman. I like Hugh Jackman.
I like Hugh Jackman to play it.
Russell already played Snake.
I don't even know if I can even think anybody.
Yeah, well,
else
that's
now that you
true.
said
That's
Hugh
true.
I don't know. That's actually a really good question.
Because you have to
Right.
think of somebody that has
Cast the
I'd
Metal
say,
Gear
like,
movie.
I'd say, like,
normal
the
looking long
situation-
hair. No,
And
dude,
you- well, no,
fucking come on.
the biggest thing about Snake is you have to think of someone who's a monster.
Yeah.
Dude, he needs to be a beast, and he needs to be
Yeah.
able to rock long hair and not look stupid and girly.
Which is Hugh Jackman.
That's what I'm saying. After you said Hugh Jackman, I don't think I could even think of any other fucking actor to play him. Jesus Christ.
You could probably get away with doing Sam Jackson.
Just straight up.
Sam Jackson.
Just straight up fucking black and 60.
People
I'm the
be
motherfucking
outraged.
Snake on the motherfucking plane. It's like that, man.
I'm on the motherfucking stake on the motherfucking
He could be
Metal
Deep
Gear
Throat.
Solid or whatever this thing is.
No, it's just Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, Solid is because
Oh.
he's Solid
Oh,
Snake.
Solid Snake.
I
I'm
think I'm just
sorry.
making shit up, but
Metal Gear Solid Snake. They just left the snake off.
Yeah.
because it was too long, because people just thought it was like a porno.
But they kept it
Metal
in
Gear
the
Solid Snake.
Japanese version.
Dude, this
If
is
this was
another.
alright, if this was Japanese, you know who I would have liked to have seen playing it? The guy who played Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat.
I don't think he's Japanese. He's not Japanese though. He's a white
Yeah,
dude.
no.
I couldn't tell.
The guy who plays Liu Kang is Asian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why
No,
it'd have to be
he's saying-
it'd have to be the
he's saying
Asian
Snake is
version
white.
of
Okay, yeah.
the fucking
I was like,
Metal
what?
Gear.
He's definitely.
You know, if they made a movie of Metal Gear, it would be an Asian movie, right?
Well, it'd start there, but they
He-
get
like,
white
what's
dudes
his name?
to play it for the American release.
You know America would take over the movie rights
Yeah,
to
then-
anything immediately. Bam.
Yeah, where they were just America just rip it off.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, it did well over there? Here we go.
All right, I'm gonna make an exact shot-for-shot remake with American people that we're gonna pay a ton of money. Hit,
Yeah.
That's only the British shows.
dude. They fucking rip off
I'm
so
still
many
trying to think
goddamn
of who would be
British
like
shows.
really good to play the part because I really don't think Hugh Jackman could do it.
Christian Bale, maybe?
'cause
I fucking
that's a
hate
good
Christian
one.
Bale, dude. I'm so annoyed by him. Dude, that clip where he freaks on
Dude,
the.
that is the most.
I think he was.
amazing thing
Yeah, well,
I've
I
that's the
ever
think
whole
that
other
was okay
thing.
because
I think he's good.
at that level of movie, you need to have a certain professionalism.
Dude, no, I
Ever
understand
since
that,
he
but
did
dude,
the-
like,
Yeah, I'm totally with
I
Christian
like,
Bale.
dude, did the
now.
thing
no,
where he
he
went to
fucking
visit the
flipped like
Aurora
a fucking
victims?
child, though. It's like he's just ranting off. It's like, dude, let it go. Like, fucking
Dude,
grow
but you gotta
up.
figure that guy probably cost them like
Here's-
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I got it.
But you don't.
I know who would play Solid Snake.
Who's that?
Sean Bean.
I don't even know
Who?
Ooh,
Sean Bean, 006.
Sean Bean would be.
006.
He could be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could
He'd have to
definitely
dye
see
his
that.
hair because he's super gray now. But
Yeah, he is getting old. He actually
he
just
and
put
Hugh
out-
Jackman should just have a love
Possibly,
child, and then that would play Solid Snake.
Right.
One would have all the dominant genes, Liquid Snake, and one would get all the recessive genes, Solid Snake. Oh God, you don't even want
Going
try
along
it.
the same
Just live out the movie.
007 route. What about Pierce Brosnan back in the 007 days?
Pierce Brosnan.
I just feel like he rocked the long comb back anyways, so if you throw a bandana on, it's gonna look pretty Solid Snake-ish.
I guess that is kind of.
I mean, I guess in our tuxedo.
That's all he
version,
Yeah,
did.
it based.
That's what I'm saying. This is Pierce Brosnan we're looking
Well,
at
yeah,
right now.
but in
What
the
do you mean?
actual thing, the entire time you're wearing a scuba suit
Or
something
Snake doesn't have
looks like a
cologne,
scuba
you know?
suit. Yeah.
He smells like cigarettes and
Watch
plastic
out. Don't run
explosives.
to the vehicle.
Yeah.
Don't run to the vehicle. They're gonna rape you.
And sheer manliness.
Gotta check that one
Wow, you
first.
have way
It
more
doesn't
life
work. It doesn't work. You
No,
gotta check it.
that she already checked the one that doesn't work.
Oh,
you don't have
shit.
anything.
Get in that shit.
All right, so who's this chick?
This is Meryl. This is the chick you're about to bone if you can get out of here.
On the snowmobile.
Yeah.
Why did they make her like
Shoot
the
the barrel,
least
shoot the barrel,
attractive
shoot the barrel.
one?
If only Meryl could drive.
She got the
She's
recessive
just
genes
stopping
too.
there and then you get
The redhead.
Get that guy
All of the
behind you too.
recessive genes.
He's
Stalled it right now.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. You're
There
pretty
we
much
go.
Screwed.
You'd
I
think
there was
Liquid
a
Snake would have been a
ration
real
in it.
failure if that was the other recessive counterpart.
All right, racing the Jeep through the
Now, when I was
tunnels.
playing this, there was something that I could not get past. That if it happened in a game today, I probably would have put the game down and never played it again. And
what
that
happened?
was the stupid shit that they have in every video game in a boss fight when they blink, when they can't get hurt. You're driving down, he's chasing you, right? Because pretty soon you're about to see
Right.
Liquid Snake like just roll on you like a boss.
Right.
And he's just like sitting there and he's like one-arming it from us while driving down this like tight-ass freaking hallway. Just, it's like, yeah, you got the recessive genes, right? Anyways, so you're shooting at him, right? And he's just sitting there just like riding your bumper trying to shoot you. And you just basically, you're aiming at his direction. You're not actually like aiming down, up, anything. You're just like, so you start shooting at him, you hit him, and he starts blinking. But he like does this thing where he like ducks down below the dash, and then you just keep shooting at the same spot, and then he pops back up, shoots you, hits you, and then gets hit, then pops down. So no matter what, he hits you.
Yeah.
So if you don't have enough health, sorry, we're sorry.
Dude, that's
you're done.
Yeah, you're done with the minimum health right now.
Yeah. But
Dude.
that's what happens, and it was frustrating me to a point where even with the cheat code,
checking your rations
it was
there.
just, like absolutely ridiculous.
No,
I think
no.
you've missed it. It was on the stairwell. There's one that you can get.
And you have the super fast turret spin speed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about it. Like you're sitting there shooting at the guy, and it's like, you're sitting there just like, icing the motherfucker, right? And then he just ducks down, pops up, shoots, then gets hit. You can't avoid getting shot.
All right. Thank you, Aaron LaFawn, for the
thank
Porchcast.
you for having me.
yeah, do you want to put in a quick plug for the podcast?
Porchcast on iTunes. That's it.
Look it up. Look it up and listen.
And if you don't know what iTunes is, it's a
Apple product, I believe.
Is it? I
You're-
think so. Yeah.
If you don't know what
believe
iTunes
so.
is, you shouldn't be here because you
You're
stumbled
probably
here by
not listening to
accident.
this right now if you don't know
Yeah.
what iTunes is.
Yeah.
Starting pretty soon, if you want to look back on the Porchcast
That's true. That's true.
into the archive, it's going to be on
on
/faceroll.com.
/faceroll.com.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's true.
Nice.
It's true.
Thank you very much.
We'll
Yeah.
start
And we
archiving
will
Porchcast.
we'll put posts up and
we'll
links
let you know.
to LaFawn's site.
We will let
as,
you know
iTunes.
when they are up.
It's just nothing but good times.
All around.
Just a family of podcasts.
Good times.
Adios,
Good
users.
times.
Goodbye.
Good times.